It has taken 46 years for the Denver franchise to not only qualify for the NBA Finals, but to win a championship ring. But never, in its 46 years of existence, has the team from the state of Colorado had a generational player of the caliber of Nikola Jokic. However, everyone knows that in the modern NBA, it is not enough to have a superstar. The average skill set of the association has risen considerably, but so has the level of coaches who have learned how to slow down the best talent in the world with defensive adjustments. Here are some of the keys to how the Denver Nuggets have overcome one of the best defensive systems in NBA history. Jokic has one of the most important attributes that exists in basketball, and that is his ability to know what is going on around him. Nikola is not only the best passing center in history, he is one of the best passers in history, regardless of position. And this aspect is what makes him so lethal, as it makes it impossible to perform help-side defense on the Serbian player, who will always be able to find the open player. With this in mind, Michael Malone has based his game all season long on Jokic's distribution ability. But it has been in the finals when his strengths have become more visible. Unlike the rest of the league's superstars, the increased defensive intensity that takes place during the playoffs not only doesn't hurt the Serbian's game, but makes him shine even more. His dominance with decision-making in 2-on-1 situations is only reminiscent of one player we've seen recently, and that's none other than LeBron James himself. The Miami Heat defense succumbed to the Denver Nuggets in 5 games, catapulting Jokic into the NBA all-time player rankings with his first championship ring and Finals MVP. His legacy has been enhanced by his brilliant performances in the series, averaging 30 points, 14 rebounds, and 7 assists per game. Numbers that nobody has ever averaged on the most brilliant stage of the basketball world. But still, no superstar is capable of winning by himself, and the block around him has played an incredible role. Jamal Murray, faithful squire of the 2-time MVP, has had a great playoffs and a transcendental series against the Miami Heat. His versatility in the two-man game with Jokic creates one of the most unstoppable duos in the league. Despite their great size difference, both players play the role of initiator in the pick and roll, in a situation similar to the one Chris Paul and James Harden used to take advantage of during their time together with the Rockets. The only difference in this case is that the tall player is almost 7 feet. One solution from Erik Spoelstra to solve this type of situation has been the use of the zone defense. However, Nikola's size allows him to gain position and receive anywhere on the court. When Jokic attacks the high post, he can destroy and destabilize the zone at will, and Denver has been able to identify Miami's defensive adjustments throughout the series. However, the collision of one of the NBA's best offenses with one of the best defenses could have offered very different results. This is where the importance of depth comes in. Michael Malone's rotation has relied on 8 players, 2 fewer than the 10 that Spoelstra has chosen to use with assiduity. But the reason is simple, and it is that the Nuggets have not needed to experiment to get the victory. The Nuggets' complementary pieces rely on quick, interchangeable, and mobile players to be able to switch on defensive screens and get out quickly in transition. Examples like Bruce Brown, who was unable to find his home in Brooklyn, have been big beneficiaries of Denver's style of play. Defensively, players like Aaron Gordon, Jeff Green, or Michael Porter Jr. have offered alternatives in the paint to give Jokic a rest. And in addition to maintaining size in the paint to try to stop Bam Adebayo, Miami's best player during the series, they are able to stretch the floor. This continuous long-range threat complicates the zone defense, which prioritizes paint protection over outside shooting. But the problem is that the Heat really had no other option. The Denver Nuggets have filled out their guard rotation with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who hasn't had his best series offensively. But whose defensive work has been impressive. KCP is part of the quartet that has played the most minutes for the Nuggets along with Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray, and Nikola Jokic. And during the minutes they have played together, they have kept the Heat below 40% shooting from the field.
Tremendous play by Aaron Gordon. Excellent individual defense, but just too much right now is on the shoulders of the role-playing Heat players. But this two-man game, so challenging to defend.
The last guard to be part of the rotation was Christian Braun, who has had minutes throughout his rookie season. His great size for a shooting guard at 6'7" has offered Denver another interchangeable player with good defensive skills, so Michael Malone has not taken into account his short NBA experience. This has been precisely the idea to slow down the performance of one of the stories of these playoffs, Miami Heat's franchise player, Jimmy Butler.
Butler answers right back. Butler drives, Butler finishes.
The small forward has always had a tendency to get what he wants using the mid-range game. However, the sheer size of the Nuggets defenders has made life difficult for him, causing Butler to shoot less than 30% from that distance. In addition, the attempt to switch on screens failed to generate mismatches for Jimmy, since, as we have said, Denver players are virtually positionless when it comes to defending. This caused the ball to be in the hands of Bam Adebayo for a long time, who used his great ball handling skills to finish near to the rim with good efficiency. But his production has fallen short of the offensive powerhouse that the Nuggets have become in the half-court. All NBA fans have been realizing this over the past few weeks. There is no defensive system that can stop Jokic, because his style of play consists exactly in finding the holes that the offensive movement leaves behind. The coaches already knew this, but they have still put maximum effort into stopping an offensive system that still has no answer. The Nuggets have not only won the championship, they have created the foundation to build a dynasty. Aside from Jeff Green, who by the way has been in the league so long that he debuted with the Seattle Supersonics, the core of the roster is incredibly young. Jokic is 28, Aaron Gordon is 27, Jamal Murray is 26, as is Bruce Brown. The players are entering their basketball prime, and the chemistry between them seems to indicate that successful seasons in Denver have just begun. With the Warriors era coming to an end, the Western throne is left for the franchise with the most ambition, and the first to wear the crown are the Denver Nuggets. The question is, how long will their reign last?